Welcome back, Culers. The transfer drama just keeps escalating at FC Barcelona, and this episode is loaded with breaking stories, exciting signings and emotional decisions. In today's update, Ferran Torres gets a major boost from Hansi Flick. Chelsea's Nkunku offer for Fermin Lopez rejected. Barca's midfield puzzle. Is Marc Casado the next to leave? Norway Barca urged to sign Norwegian talent Marius Broholm. Eric Garcia's rise may force Hector Fort out of the squad. Pedri's incredible rise revisited plus a shocking Alexander Isak story revealed. Smash that like button, subscribe for daily updates, and let's dive into all the action from Camp Nou. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick has made clear to Ferran Torres that he will head into the new season on level footing with longtime first-choice striker Robert Lewandowski. That's according to Mundo Deportivo, who have on Saturday provided an insight into the situation. Frontman Ferran is for his part fresh off another starring display in Blaugrana colors in midweek. Introduced off the bench en route to Barca's 7-3 friendly drubbing of FC Seoul on Thursday, the former Manchester City man looked sharp on his way to notching a brace. This comes after a season which saw Ferran take his production in the final third to a new level entirely. And such efforts on the part of the 25-year-old, evidently, did not go unappreciated on the part of manager Hansi Flick. As per a report from MD, the German coach has personally told Ferran that he believes in him and that he competes on equal terms with the other forwards, including Robert Lewandowski. An insight into the financial demands laid out by La Liga giants Barcelona for midfield starlet Marc Casado has on Saturday been forthcoming online. The name of youngster Casado has of course suddenly emerged as an altogether prominent one in the media chatter in Catalonia's capital this weekend. Amid ongoing efforts to return to the 1:1 rule, Deco and company have highlighted the middle of the park as an area of Hansi Flick's squad with something of an overbooking at present. And Casado, it would appear, has been identified as the odd man out. According to the expert portal Transfermarkt, the player has a market value of €30 million, a very affordable price for which Barcelona would let him leave. The rise of Eric Garcia as a right-back has solved many of Barcelona's problems in the department heading into the new season. After all, he did well to replace Jules Koundé at the tail end of last season. Due to Eric Garcia's impressive emergence as a reliable right-back option, Hector Fort is now being considered expendable at Barcelona, despite his clear potential and strong performances, particularly in the recent preseason match. However, just as a move away seemed likely, a new complication has reportedly arisen, according to Mundo Deportivo. Fort may receive a call-up to Spain's U20 squad for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, which would sideline him for nearly a month during a critical part of the club season. This unexpected development is making potential buyers hesitant to finalize a deal, as they prefer signing players who will be available without interruption. It's a tricky situation for both the player and Barcelona, who may now struggle to offload Fort in this window, even though he remains a valuable long-term prospect. As relayed by the Spanish outlet, Fort's potential call-up to the Spanish national team for the FIFA U20 World Cup has emerged as a massive hurdle to any potential departure from the club. While playing for Paco Gallardo's team is undoubtedly a positive on his CV, the timing of the tournament means that he will be unavailable to feature for the club for over a month during the season. The event, after all, is scheduled to be held between September 27th and October 19th, just over a month into the new season, and clubs are hesitant to sign him given his almost certain unavailability. Many interested clubs, thus, could well look for a player who will be available throughout the season with no breaks and reduce the chance of Fort finding a new home. The defender was not in the last call-up for the U20 Spanish team but missed it owing to a nasal septum surgery. Now back fit and on the field, he is La Liga giants Barcelona have this weekend been urged to launch a future move for Norwegian youth international Marius Broholm. Broholm, for his part, is a 20-year-old attacking midfielder/winger, who has long been making a name for himself as a potential star in the making. The youngster is a product of the youth system at Norwegian heavyweights Rosenborg, and spent the last couple of seasons establishing himself as a first-team player. Certain to be called up for the tournament next month. His exploits along the way turned heads across the continent, culminating in a recent departure for League One outfit Lille. As alluded to above, though, one individual of the opinion that Broholm should be firmly in the sights of the scouting team at Barcelona is Jordi Gonzalez. Speaking during an interview with Diario Sport this weekend, Catalan Gonzalez, part of the coaching staff at Rosenborg, revealed his opinion that, "If I were Barca, I would sign Marius Broholm." Barcelona have reportedly rejected a swap deal proposed by Chelsea involving French forward Christopher Nkunku. According to Mundo Deportivo, Chelsea were looking to include Nkunku in a potential exchange to land rising Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez. The Blues are said to be actively seeking suitors for Nkunku this summer after he struggled to find consistent form and playing time since his £52 million move from RB Leipzig in 2023. Despite lowering their asking price from £65 million to £43 million, Chelsea are finding it tough to offload the 27-year-old. Nkunku has drawn interest from Arsenal, Bayern Munich and Manchester United, but Barcelona made it clear they were not interested in a swap deal and have so far stood firm on keeping Fermin, who is viewed as a key part of the club's future. However, Barcelona turned down the chance to sign Nkunku and opted to sign Marcus Rashford on loan from Manchester United instead. Fermin has also been linked with a move to United, with reports in Spain claiming that Ruben Amorim's side are ready to pay a €70 million, £61 million, fee. However, Fermin is intent on staying at Barcelona, while the club's head coach Hansi Flick does not want the 22-year-old to leave. Nkunku, meanwhile, faces an uncertain future and Enzo Maresca did not rule out the prospect of still having the 27-year-old in his squad for the start of the new Premier League season. If Cristo is here with us, it is because we think he can help us and he can be with us even next season, Maresca said during the Club World Cup. But as you said, there are many speculations not just about Cristo, about many players. And then if something is going to happen, I don't know, because we said many times when the transfer window is open, anything can happen in terms of players that can arrive or players that can leave. Marc Casado's future at Barcelona is once again uncertain, with fresh reports suggesting the club could be open to selling him this summer if a solid offer comes in. According to Diario Sport, Atletico Madrid are keeping a close eye on the young midfielder. Diego Simeone is reportedly a big admirer of Casado and believes he could be a valuable addition to his squad. While Atletico haven't made an official move yet, there's growing speculation that a bid in the region of €30 million could be enough to tempt Barcelona into letting him go, especially given the intense competition for places in midfield under Hansi Flick. While Barca may be willing to sell, there's absolutely no indication that Casado is willing to move, particularly to a rival such as Atletico. The 21-year-old is a Culer through and through and is currently living the dream by playing for Barcelona's first team. The only problem seems to be that competition for places will be even more intense at Barca next season, with Marc Bernal fit again, which could see Casado struggle for minutes. Barcelona have had to be smart in the transfer market over the last 5 years due to their well-documented financial problems. Signing players ahead of the curve is essential, and that's exactly that they did with Pedri. The midfielder, who has developed into one of the world's best in his position, was signed in 2020 as a 17-year-old. It was a risk taken at the time, but it was one that has certainly paid off. And it was made by then sporting director Ramon Planes, who spoke on the Spain International during an interview with Sport. I was told about a young player at Las Palmas whose level was head and shoulders above the rest of his teammates. We watched him for 3 matches and it was enough. We knew. We decided to sign him, even though we rarely go for players that young. That player was Pedri. My team and I. Planes opens up on Barcelona pursuit of Alexander Isak. Planes, who was at Barcelona between 2018 and 2021, also revealed that Alexander Isak, who is currently being pursued by Liverpool as part of a deal with Newcastle United that would cost well in excess of €120 million, could have made the move to the Spotify Camp Nou when he was still at Real Sociedad. We had been trying to find a replacement in such a difficult position for a long time. Now I find it funny when they talk about Isak, who is in some negotiation and with a very important offer from Liverpool. A player with whom we were talking with his agent. He was at La Real and our idea was to look for a replacement for Luis Suarez, in that he would be a squad player at first before becoming a regular starter. This process of change was natural, but well, it couldn't be, but I do think it's key in clubs to know that players can leave at the right time and that the entry of the new generations is in a clean way. That's it for today's packed Barca transfer roundup. From rising stars like Ferran Torres and Marc Casado, to missed chances like Alexander Isak and rejected deals involving Nkunku, the Blaugrana are making big decisions ahead of the new season. With Flick trusting youth and financial pressure forcing tough calls, one thing is clear: this summer will shape the future of Barcelona. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who should stay, who should go, and who should Barca sign next? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news. Visca el Barça.